Hey guys, today I am reading about Noah, and we're gonna be reading in Genesis chapter 6 to 9. It's not a lot. I'm not gonna be reading it verbatim, but it's about almost a page and a half. There's 9 right there, and there's 6 up here. So if you want to go ahead and read that, I would recommend it. That way you have the context behind it. Jesus again talks about this in I think like later part of I think 2 of the Gospels mention it, but in the later parts, but more on that later. So just some background. I'm not gonna be reading this verbatim, so I can close that. I'm sorry. It's kind of late right now, so please excuse me, but I really wasn't gonna post this, but I feel like God put it on my heart, and I really hope this reaches one of you guys. I'm praying for you all constantly, and yeah. So just some context. Right now the world is completely corrupt. This is a few generations, a couple hundred years after Adam and Eve already passed, and the world's in complete corruption. Like, the world is terrible, worse than it is right now, except I believe with a lot smaller of a population. They're definitely more condensed, and the people are completely corrupt. There's sex, sin, they're marrying multiple people, all the stuff, the whole thing, evil becoming good, good becoming evil. That's what it is. And it's really bad. And God decided that he was going to erase all of humanity. Like, literally, that's what he was going to do. He's going to erase every single living thing that walked the earth. But then, he was like, you know what? He found favor in one person only, and that guy was Noah. And on a mini lesson, I didn't say that he found any favor with his families and his friends. It literally, the Bible only says that God found favor with Noah, and that's really scary. And I'll explain that later, but he tells Noah, build an ark. I mean, I don't know about you. Imagine your pastor walks up to you and is like, hey, the rest of the church is kind of corrupt. They're all having sex and whatnot. But I found favor in you, so I want you to construct the new church. I don't know crap about constructing churches. Do you know anything about constructing churches? I mean, if any architects are watching this, then kudos to you, but there's no specialties back then. There's no schooling. There is no education. They really only know how to work land, and that's it. So he comes up to Noah and is like, I need you to build a freaking ark. Not a boat, but a whole ark. And he gives him the blueprints and whatnot, like talking to him, giving him all the instructions. And Noah's just like, okay. And it's really scary, because right now, in a lot of our lives, God is talking to us and saying, hey, I need you to build an ark. And it's not a physical ark, it's a metaphorical ark. He wants you to do something impossible, something you've never done before. And for a lot of us, it's something we're really uncomfortable with. Some of us need to cut out a relationship. Some of us need to start relocating time, resetting our whole priorities, changing everything we do. And for some of us, it's not even that big. Some of us, we just need to change the way we speak, and that's it. But it's really uncomfortable, and it sometimes seems impossible. But realize that God calls the people who aren't capable to be more than able. That's our God. And I mean, I can only imagine Noah. None of his family, none of his friends. He doesn't know anyone who does the things he does. I mean, okay, the Bible doesn't say his family doesn't, but it says God only found favor in Noah. So take that as you wish, or as you want. Again, read it, find out yourself, pray on it. But the point is, Noah's way out of his comfort zone, and he has to do something he's never done before, he even thought about doing. And of course, well, because God called him to do it, he doesn't ask any questions. He just does it, and that's it. He does it, and he gets to take his whole, pretty much his whole family with him. He gets to take 2 of any animals, and God called him to pretty much, save everyone, or save humanity as it is. And that's a big task for such a little guy who's all he really does is praise and worship. And I'm sure all of us have found honor with the Lord. A lot of us have found honor with the Lord, you know? Because especially with Jesus, now that really all we have to do is believe and admit that we sin. And we find honor with the Lord. So God is calling you to do the impossible. And I know it seems impossible right now, guys. I know it seems so challenging and so tough, and you just don't want to do it. But let me tell you, God has called you specifically. He brought you out of slavery for a reason, and now he's planning to do something great with you. So I need you to just realize the value on your head and put down all of this world, die to yourself. Because you need to be ready for when the floods come. I mean, no one knew the floods were coming, and we know the flood is coming. What Jesus said, this is going back to what I said earlier, Jesus said that the end of times will be like how it was in Noah's day, when things were out of order and corrupt. We're living in the end times, guys. People are having sex, things are corrupt, it's a torn up system, people are mistaking good for evil and evil for good. We're getting close, and the flood can come at any given moment. Nobody knows the day or time, but you need to be ready, and you need to start building that ark, man, because if you don't, you might get left behind, and God doesn't wait for y'all. So that's it, guys. I just hope you guys found hope, and if you guys are having any issues, just go talk to your church. You know, most churches have programs to help you overcome sexual sin, abuse, relationship issues. Like, they have everything. I mean, if you have the right churches and the right resources. And therapy is never a bad option, especially if you can find Christian therapy. It's really beneficial. So yeah, guys, reach out, make community, make disciples, go spread the news to the nation. God bless you. Have a great rest of your night, and that's it, guys.